And we're live!
Good morning!
It's been so
We're
long,
back.
I forgot I usually do two hands.
I know.
We're live!
We're here.
There. We're back. It's
Good
been a
morning.
while.
I know.
So long. Totally my fault again. It's always my fault that we've taken so much time off.
Well, I mean, we're both like in
Flux.
apartment housing flux, so
Yeah.
it's taken a while to get settled.
Yeah, I have you can see a new view. I mean, it's still my old house, but new view because if you look over here.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, there you go. And over here, yeah. Look at that. It's getting rid of.
Oh, yeah.
You may have noticed there's no piano there anymore.
Someone took the piano.
No piano. Went to a friend of ours, which is nice, our friend's family. So it's very nice to keep it in the family,
Yeah.
especially since it's supposed to have been Edie Gourmet's.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Thanks for watching.
Welcome back to you. Thanks for being here. Yeah. So yeah, we're both. Well, it seemed like you were in flux.
Yeah, it did. But then now I'm settled and it's nice. And actually had my first big stay over. I mean, it's been prolonged until Wednesday. So my niece and nephew and my sister Stephanie and brother-in-law Mark are in town. And we went to the Magic Castle yesterday. Thank you, Handsome Jack.
Love going there. That is
Yeah.
That is always a fun time. Always.
It's always fun. And they both got to participate. And actually, we had a friend that was actually performing, and so they even got a little more special treatment.
Extra.
So
Nice.
yeah.
That's
they made
always
out with some
fun.
money. They each
What?
got $1. Yep.
$1.
Yep.
Where can I sign up?
Well, you just had to be there so a magician could balance your shoe on his nose for 7 seconds.
Oh, you don't want to balance these shoes. I'm not wearing socks.
So many shoes, and I was like, oh man. It was a pretty funny bit. I mean, the kids loved him, but I was like, gross.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, thank you. Yeah, I love the Magic Castle, and of course, we love Handsome Jack.
Yes. And he's performing there all week if you get a chance to get invited.
He is a great performer. If you've watched our
fantastic.
shows, you see his tricks, which are always fantastic. I mean, they're just fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he is very funny. He's
Yes. Yeah.
funny man, and a great guy.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
And he's probably not watching, but he's good. You guys tell him how much we love him. Just let him know.
I just think it's pretty great that since, we've been gone, now we're back. I mean, the pandemic's over. There's no war
Yeah.
anywhere.
Nope.
Everything's fine.
Everything has worked out.
They're all good now.
All good. All done. It's all fine. It's fine. It's funny when I joined Elvez many moons ago. So I joined him with Elvez in '96. He would talk about the song. We'd sing. We have this song called "Immigration Time," about immigration, obviously. and his intro was always about I can't believe I'm still having to sing this song. I started this in '85, and I'm still having to sing this song. Guess what? I've been with him 25, 26 years.
Yeah.
We're still singing that song.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the case with all of everything. Like what made me think of that is that our shows, everything we do, our themes, we keep thinking like this is a great theme for this time, and turns out we could recycle all our themes
all of it. Yeah.
over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So, again, things, it's incremental. Things are incremental. And
Yes.
then they slide backwards.
Yes.
And they go forward again. And then they slide back again.
It's exhausting.
It is.
So exhausting.
It's exhausting. I was talking yesterday about, the pandemic, which is still here.
Super fun. Yeah.
By the way,
guys.
it is still here.
Somebody tweeted something, not to interrupt you, but somebody tweeted something like, what are you going to do with your whole month in between waves or whatever? Like, we have this pocket right now.
Right.
But they're expecting, another variant to come along. And So it's like, what are you going to do with your one whole month of?
It's so sad. Well, what I was starting to say was that I was talking about it that, now they're talking, it's an endemic. It's endemic. Or I should say.
Yeah, it's going to be here.
It's just going to be here. So then what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Because, yes, they've lifted mask mandates. I'm still inside. I'm wearing masks, even though a lot of people aren't anymore. I just thought, we don't think about polio. We don't think about the measles. Like, will we get there? Like, where we don't think about it, we just go, well, I guess, we just have to hope for the best.
Well, but polio's not, still hanging around, though. That's why we don't think about it.
It is in other countries. Maybe not here so much. It's been...
that's right.
In India,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's still around. All these diseases are still around. They're not totally eradicated.
Yeah, I think the issue is, maybe
not all of them.
People are just they want to be done with this. But again, if you listen to scientists and stuff, they're on the news and saying the same things, like go out and try to live your life as best you can,
Right.
But it's still, the numbers are still high, super high. We're not down to flu numbers or anything like that. And so the cases are still there. And I don't know, it's just, I'm going to continue to mask up. My nephew and I were the only ones at Disneyland, totally masked up the entire time. It's just, there's too many people. And
That's a lot of people there. Yeah.
I don't want to get the flu. I don't want to get COVID. I don't want to have long COVID issues.
Yeah.
I ran into a woman when I was picking up some pet food or whatever, and she was saying how she was dealing with long COVID issues. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want to do that.
Well, yeah, and we have our friend, we both know, she's always had lung issues, so if she gets it, it's...
Yeah.
I'm knock on wood. I'm fairly confident that I would be fine, and it would be, might be nasty and lay me up for a while, but I know I think I would come out of it okay. But it is people like our friends, that have these other issues.
Yes.
And
yeah.
But it's just I don't really know what the solution is at this point. We got to get vaccinated and got to get our boosters and all that. And there's going to be the people that don't, as always.
I know, but
it is going to be here. It's all going to be here.
I'll get a booster every other week if I need to. Let's do it.
Yeah. When can we get it? May?
I think it's May.
6 months.
Yeah.
May. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, it's still here, and again, we will have this break, and then summer will be here, and it'll wane again, and that's going to be great. But here we are, 2 years later, still talking about it.
Yeah. But again, go back in history, read your history books. I hope that we can continue to talk about this time, because we didn't with the Spanish flu. We didn't talk about that. We barely covered it in school, in history books.
Yeah.
Had we done that, maybe we had the conversation about that and listened to the people that were like, at some point soon, there's going to be another pandemic. Mm-hmm. It's play by play, beat by beat. What we were going through happened then.
Yeah. It's true.
There was another tweet, a woman tweeted, when they say history repeats itself, I didn't realize it was going to be the entire 20th century in 2 years. Yeah.
Sigh. Well, at least we don't have any other stresses in our lives.
Right. Day to day.
Yeah, so, you almost moved. I am moving. There's...
Basically just taking all your things and putting them in my place, so I have a place to sit.
Furnishing Claudia's apartment.
Yeah.
Because I have too much. Do you need a chaise lounge?
Oh, a chaise lounge. Perhaps. I just have all this stuff.
You might need a chaise.
Okay.
I think we can make that work. It's also a great extra bed.
I was going to say I could put it in the second bedroom.
It's a great extra bed because it folds right down. Comes a bed.
Perfect.
There you go.
Hey.
See, so you have a little sitting room office with the chaise that can turn into a bed. Done.
Even though we have your blow up mattress out here right now, and I was telling Stephanie and you the other day, I was like, I kind of like it. I kind of like this setup. I just walk in, kitchen, bed, TV.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So sad. That has been an institution. The Candlelight Pavilion.
Yeah.
Is a theater. Lots of friends. We've all had friends do
I've
shows there.
performed
I never
there a
did.
few times. I did a Cinderella there and Will Rogers Follies there.
Yeah.
And it's a great,
Yeah.
great theater. The roles were enjoyed those roles.
Yeah.
But it was like one of the only, it's one of those theaters that actually paid you.
Yeah.
That paid you a decent wage, and you got to perform on a great stage, and it was dinner theater. So we'd have our little guitar guy out there beforehand while people were eating dinner.
Yeah.
I can't remember the song. Richard, you would know. It's an earworm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been there forever, and
it closed on Sunday. I have lots
Yep.
of friends mourning the loss of that. That's probably very similar to us losing Steve Allen.
yes,
It's one of those institutions where so much has been, so much has happened there. So many relationships, like friendships,
Yep.
formed there, and of course the opportunity to just get up on stage and do things.
yeah.
So, yeah, it's a shame. But so many casualties of the pandemic too. Like,
Yeah, the theater and the arts really took a hit, and I think it's going to be a while before we can rebuild that part of, especially all the little regional theaters. Like they don't have the money or the backers, and even Broadway suffered.
yeah,
But they have the backers, they have the,
Right.
people to support it more than the smaller theaters that
Yeah.
we get to perform at usually.
right,
So,
right. Yeah, so that's a sad loss. Thanks for reminding us about that,
yeah.
Richard. But there are still lots of theaters that are opening up again, planning their seasons, auditioning. So, Classical Gas. Oh, that's the song.
Right. Hilarious.
But yeah, so go support live theater.
Yeah.
We make jokes about sometimes it's chancy to go and see a live show. But you know what? Most of the time it's not. Most of the time it's lovely and
Yeah.
inspiring, and go support live theater. It's necessary, and I think we
Yes.
have found that out even more now. The fact we need live performance, live.
Yeah,
how
we need
much
live-
we miss it.
Yeah.
So
It's a different
go.
energy.
we went to see the Pixies the other night down at the House of Blues.
How was it?
I was the only one wearing a mask. There might have
Orange
been
County,
a
man.
smattering, a couple of other people. But it was packed. They were great, but Charles was having trouble with his voice, and the show was cut short. But I gotta say, they power through songs. They just went song, 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 song. So even though the show was an hour and 10 minutes instead of almost 2 hours.
Oh, that's still a good amount.
Yeah, that's plenty for me, actually. I'm always good with, me. Short shows are great.
Yeah.
Give me a taste of it. But they must have done at least 30 songs in that amount of time.
Oh, geez.
I mean,
Wow.
maybe 25, but I swear to God, they just power, 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 power. It was like song, 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 song. And, a lot of them are punk songs, so they're not very long.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but they're great. And
How was
even
the
though
venue for them? Is it small? Was it small?
House of Blues is actually
Because
pretty
I've
great
been
down
there,
there.
but I can't remember.
No, it was pretty great. I mean, it's probably a few thousand
Okay.
still. Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was great. It's a good venue. We got to play with Elvez just before the pandemic.
Oh, that's right.
And it's actually a great place to play too. One of some of the best sound we've had on stage ever. They know what they're doing. But it was great. But felt bad for Charles. He
Yeah.
literally
Yeah,
said it
that's
was
a
his
bucket.
worst show ever.
Oh.
But it wasn't to us. Nobody else was. But there were a lot of. This is what I started with, is because there were so many idiots. Oh, I have to go in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
That people were disappointed, but this one woman who had sort of been chatting with us before the show came up to us after. She's like, I asked to talk to the manager and told the manager to tell Charles he should be ashamed of himself for walking up. I was like, he lost his voice. He can't sing. What do you want him to do? Okay, Karen.
Yeah, exactly. It was like,
I'm sorry. His health is not important to you? Okay. Yeah.
No,
Just
what's
dance for me,
important is
monkey.
me. It's
Dance for me, monkey. Yeah.
Play me the songs I
It was
like.
so crazy. There were so many, and there were people all around us grumbling like that. When you could see the build up throughout the show, where he would like, finish a song and be like, or he'd start a song and be like, nope, I can't do that one, and go on to something else. And the poor guy, like, I felt, if you're not a performer, I guess you just don't know. But the rest of us who have been there were just like, and I have been there. I mean, it was heartbreaking.
I've been there.
And he didn't sound like bad, but
Yeah.
I knew what he was feeling.
No, there was a whole, I think it was doing Crazy for You. There were like 6 of us that were like for 6 weeks, a good 6 weeks, like having to go get steroid injections and stuff like that because our voices were just like shot raw because of being sick and stuff. And it was a nightmare.
Yeah. So
Idiots.
felt bad for him, but
Yeah.
they sounded great. Like the rest of us wouldn't have known, but obviously he had to get through songs, so you can't, but yeah. So it was fun, but it's also, again, I was in this big room with a ton of people and just one of the only ones with a mask.
It's fun being super hyper aware of viruses and droplets now.
I know.
We were walking to the Americana and this woman walked by us, no mask and just like sneezing, didn't cover up or anything, just sneeze, and I was like, masks.
Well, Jackie and I just ate outside yesterday. Ate outside, and as we were leaving, and it was fine. You were eating, everybody's outside. I'm like, okay, I'm outside. As we're leaving, this guy sneezes, like totally in our direction as we're walking by. We're just like, ah!
Oh.
and I'm sure we're fine, but it's just one of those things where you just like immediately start. I feel it. I can feel the virus.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
You like just drop into fight or flight immediately now, and anytime somebody sneezes or coughs, it's like.
Totally. All right. I have to get my dogs to the groomers, but it's
they're stinky.
Lovely being back. They're super stinky. They really need this. And Joey really needs a haircut. next time you see him, he's going to look like a chihuahua.
Yeah, he looks like an orphan right now.
It's lovely to be back. Please join us again. Hopefully we'll be back next Monday. Let's see. Maybe. We'll have to let you know. If it's not Monday, we'll come back sometime next week. Stay posted. All right. Thank y'all. Bye, Richard.